It's the Yuva podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the pilot episode of the Yuva podcast. My name is Arvind. I'm so excited to be here. We've been discussing this. We've been discussing this for quite a while now, and all of us are super excited that we're actually sitting down and doing this. With me is my co-host Sneha and Sharath as well. So I'll start off with Sneha. Sneha, come say hi.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Arvind. And even I'm so excited to be doing this today. And I hope you have a really good time listening to us. And Sharath, do you have anything you want to add?
Hey guys, just wanted to say hi. Hey guys, this is our pilot episode of our first podcast. Like Arvind said, this has been on the drawing board for quite some time now. Super thrilled to be here, and we hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, I know this is a pretty dark time for the nation and the world in the bigger picture as well. With the whole nationwide lockdown, all of us are at home, all of us are restless. We have all of this bottled up energy, and especially when it's a taboo to go out, we feel like going out even more. And I know how frustrating that can get, but not to worry. We are here to provide you creative solutions where you can make good use of your time from home. And the whole lockdown thing, we have to understand and we have to take to heart the fact that it is there for the benefit of all of us as a whole. It is there in a national health interest. So the corona contagion is a big deal. It is going to get worse if we do not control it right now. So in order to prevent things from getting worse, what we need to do is we need to sit down at home. We need to quarantine ourselves. We need to make sure the contagion is under control. So please take the lockdown seriously. Listen to the governments, listen to the World Health Organization, follow good health and safety practices so that we get out of this mess as soon as possible. And not to worry about anything, we got you covered. We're going to tell you everything that you can be doing at your homes to get to make it through this tough time. So Sneha, do you have any creative solutions for people who are just sitting down at home now?
So I can just tell you what I am doing right now. So as I have got a number of books which I've wanted to read from quite some time now, but then time never permitted me to do so. So I think this is the perfect time to remove the dust from those books and start reading them again. And once I started reading them, I realized that I've forgotten how to read.
Yeah, it happens, and I can relate to that so much. I have my share of dusty books on the shelf as well because I'm a procrastinator. Like I'm a pro at procrastinating. So yeah, emphasis on the pro. So I've nowadays I'm dusting those books. I'm giving them an actual read the way they deserve. And yeah, it's all in good. It's all in favor of spending time fruitfully at home. And yeah, each book teaches us a lot of things. So that's a great way to spend our time.
Like Arvind just said, reading books is a great way to kill time. But for people who are not predominantly readers like myself, of course, I do love the art of reading and all that. But then sometimes I just don't find myself having the patience to read a book, which I find it very tedious to do. And instead, I'd love to watch movies. I'd love to follow sports. And unfortunately, sports has been suspended for an indefinite amount of time, so I'll have to make do with other things. So in the meantime, I've been trying to trying to upskill, trying to gain a lot of knowledge, read about this situation. I've been following the US elections as well, and there are a lot of things you do once you think of it. So what I would suggest is try to look around you, see what you can do while sitting at home. And also, while doing all these things, this is the perfect chance for everyone to spend some quality time with your loved ones, and not just that, with yourself. Sometimes people say that you always need to sit down and contemplate about your own life and where you stand at this point in time of your life. So you might not get a better opportunity than this anytime soon. So guys, make the best use out of this lockdown. And guys, we're always here to have you back when things aren't great, and we're always going to try to entertain you. So yeah, moving forward.
To add to what Sharath said, even now that we have been so busy all these days with all our work and studies, that and also technology has kind of disconnected us from our family. So what I think is this is the perfect time for you to get together with your family and do some fun stuff together at home. You can play games, you can sit and have good conversations, healthy conversations with your family, build that bond was kind of breaking. So let's build that bond and keep them stronger. So this is the perfect time for you to do that. Wouldn't you agree, both of you?
And it's the perfect time to Netflix and chill by yourself. I mean, I've
Netflix,
been trying
Arvind?
to. I just got a new Netflix membership lately, and there's a whole host of shows that I'm just so confused about. So Arvind, what's your top? What's at the top of your list to watch?
The first thing I want to ask you is your Netflix credentials because I'd love to use that.
Even I'm
But
listening.
yeah,
In
on
return,
my
I'd
watch,
ask you for your bank account details.
nah, I can give you Prime if you want.
I can
Amazon Prime for Netflix. How is that for a deal?
I can give you my bank account
Sounds good.
details
Sounds
as
good.
well.
Sounds good.
Okay, okay, we'll talk about this later on a separate channel. Yeah, so when it comes to recommendations, I watched this movie. It's called Lal Kaptan. It is by Saif Ali Khan. It is from the makers of the movie Tumbad. I don't know how many of you would have watched that movie. It's a great movie, and it has a lot of artistic value and depth to it. And I'm the kind of guy who really values that in a movie. So if you watch Tumbad, if you haven't watched Tumbad, watch that first, and then Lal Kaptan also is a good follow up to that. Yeah, those off the top of my head, they're probably one of. So I think they're honestly speaking one of the best Bollywood movies I've seen thus far. So yeah, definitely would recommend those two. So Sneha, you have any recommendations to give?
So what I thought was there's something really amazing coming on DD channel now to revisit those old memories. Mahabharata is again coming on DD, and guys, please give that a try because I think that's something really nice to watch. Listening to the Mahabharata is a whole different thing, and watching it is something really different. So I think you should really give that a try, and it will kind of trigger those old memories, and you can reminisce, and you can also have those nostalgic feelings again.
Yeah, yeah, definitely
That's
so.
what I
I
think.
think that is one of the things that we take for granted. We don't spend that much time in our past in those good memories, those fond memories that we've had. We forget them in our busy schedule, in our busy life. But now we've gotten just the perfect opportunity to spend our times doing all of the things that we've been missing out on our regular lives. It includes spending time with your family. It includes, cherishing all of those moments and all of those memories that you have that are like very valuable to you. Like it could be something as simple as watching a cartoon that you really love. Like I am a big fan of Courage the Cowardly Dog. I used to have nightmares watching that show as a kid, but like watching it now, it brings back a lot of memories. A lot of the typical Cartoon Network shows, like I spend my time watching them, and that I get to relive all of those childhood feelings that I've been having. So that's one great way. That's one great exploration that you can do from home. It's all free, freely available there.
Yes,
And
I'm
since
doing
you
that.
mentioned Courage the Cowardly Dog, I'm sorry, Sneha, to cut you off there. I just want to make a point. So since you mentioned Courage the Cowardly Dog, Arvind, now that you go and watch all these episodes again, you'd find a very dark element to all these things. So I'd say to the listeners listening, go ahead and watch all these old shows that you used to enjoy back in the day, and try to understand more of what these shows were about. But because it's for sure that some of us would have missed very few key elements in those shows. So yeah, perfect time to do it. And and let me tell you, you won't get such an opportunity anytime soon.
Yeah, definitely, Sharad. Yeah, like you were on the dot with that one. There are so many insights into those cartoons that we as children have missed, and you will realize that once you watch them again as an adult. You will realize that there were so many subtle things. There's a lot of depth into these cartoons. Believe it or not, there's actually some depth into them. So I recommend watching them again so that you can get the entire grasp and the grasp of the creativity behind the production. And yeah, especially Courage the Cowardly Dog has so much to offer. I cannot explain that in words, so please do go watch that. Pay attention to detail, and it'll just blow your mind, like so to speak. That's what I felt.
And
Sneha,
also,
do you have any experiences, similar experiences that you felt?
I wanted to tell those creative minds out there to start and build up on their talents. Some of them would have loved to paint and draw, and some of them would have liked to decorate their houses or their rooms. So probably time wasn't permitting you earlier, but now is a perfect time to do all of that. So trigger those that side of you and inculcate and develop those talents in you. So that's one wonderful thing you can do during this period. So I see many people doing that too, and I see a lot of statuses on that. And I never knew all of them were artists, so I think that's something new which they're discovering themselves.
Yeah, definitely so. In fact, I've always had this idea of podcasting in my mind for a long time. I don't know how many of you actually know me personally, but I have my own podcast which I just started recently. And the honest truth that I should tell is that although I've been having this idea of having my own podcast for quite a while, I never found the time or I never found the drive to go forward and actually do it. And then I recently just started my podcast. It's been hardly 2 months, and then it all happened in the midst of the whole Corona outbreak. And it is actually one of the reasons that I'm here talking to you right now. So nothing is too little. Explore all of your options there. You will never, it will blow your mind what each door can lead you to. So do explore all of your options, do explore multiple avenues, ask yourself what you want to do, give it all a shot, and it will make a very big difference. So yeah, I encourage that. So please do explore all your talents, and anything that you had on the back of your mind, don't put it on the back burner anymore. Like, give that a shot.
Yeah, and that was also Arvind being very subtle and promoting his own podcast. But anyway, lots of great content there as well. So go and follow. We'll share the links with you. It's called How Are We Doing with Arvind and Prachi Pratyusha.
Yeah, Prachi is my co-host. Yeah, and we've been doing. I think we are working on the sixth episode now. So yeah, we've been smoothing. We've been sailing smooth. We're looking to scale, and soon we will be on the major platforms like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, like wherever it is. As of now, we are on Open Talk, and yeah, you'll probably find the link somewhere, or you can ask Sharath or me. Yeah, and thanks for the kind words, Sharath. Like, I mean, Sharath has been listening to my podcast. I think every other episode, if not regularly. I hope.
Yep.
So yeah.
Some great, very great content there. He's addressed the coronavirus issue there. And since I mentioned that, let's address it since because it's the elephant in the room. And before we can wind up, we just want to share some general information about the coronavirus and the COVID-19 disease overall. So Sneha's going to share a very brief definition about it to you right now, and then we can carry it forward from there.
So I don't want to bore everyone with the same old thing. I know you're reading about this everywhere. I know you're seeing this on the news every day. But then, yeah, just for the sake of titling this a coronavirus discussion, I'm going to give us a little intro to it. And then I'm not going to scare you and bore you with it. It's just that everyone, for those who didn't know, coronavirus is just a large family of viruses which can cause illnesses in animals as well as in humans. And the the symptom of the coronavirus is it attacks the respiratory system. So that's why it's a very deadly disease, and that's why we are taking precautions against it. So yes, the death rates are there is immense death rates to this, but then there are people who are also who are recovering from this. So yeah, that's a silver lining to the situation. So I think that's something that gives us hope. But still, why do we have to go through this whole pain? So let's just stay at home and let's just be safe and make sure that we sanitize ourselves and make sure that we don't get into unnecessary trouble. That's all I have to say to everyone.
Stay home, stay safe, guys, and eat your vegetables. That's that's the message from us. And since we also mentioned the coronavirus, let's just I'll just give you a brief origin of the coronavirus. So this new strain of coronavirus has it actually is a mutated form of this family of coronaviruses, and it is very closely linked to the SARS and MERS viruses that had troubled the world earlier. And the very distinct feature about this family of viruses is that the coronavirus is very contagious, and it can easily jump from uh, human to human, and not just that, people from not just from people to people, but from animals to different other mammals as well. So yeah, the what I would say, the origin of the story of this pandemic originated in China, and specifically in the Wuhan state in China. So Wuhan has a bunch of wet markets there where they sell all sorts of meat, animal meat, and unfortunately, the coronavirus found itself there and mutated from there and jumped from one of those animal meats to somebody who consumed it, and from there, you know the rest of the story. So yeah, this is where this thing originated, and it's grown to be a pandemic, and it's been troubling people, that's for sure. But so far, the countries, the governments in different countries of the world, they've done a great job, in fact, to handle the situation. You know, lots of many health workers and doctors putting shifts, putting in shifts, and actually trying to contain the spread of this virus. And we'd like to applaud each and every one of them, because they're the real heroes. We talk about superheroes and the Avengers and all that, right? But these guys are the real heroes, and they've been fighting this fight for us. And we'd also like to thank the to each and every one of you who's listening, because you guys who are sitting at home, you even without realizing it, you guys are helping contain the spread of this virus. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Like I agree with Sharath 100%. It is you guys who are the MVPs because the let's face it, the truth is the if a good number of us are safe and secure in our homes, then all of these doctors and nurses who are working overtime, all of the money that goes into that, all of the effort and all of the sweat will reduce. There will be lesser people in the hospitals if all of us are safe at home. So please do keep yourself at home, keep yourself safe. Do not end up in a hospital, and the best way to do that is to quarantine, and is to be restricted to your own house and to keep yourself sanitized, to keep yourself safe from everything. So please take that to heart, give that the first priority. Wait a couple of months. I know it's a little bit tough, but it's for the greater good. Wait a couple of months, let's deal with this issue, and then once we're back up on our feet, we can go back living the lives the way it was. So please do listen to the government, listen to the World Health Organization, follow all of those healthy practices, and yeah, finally we will live to see the day where corona isn't a threat to us anymore.
Exactly, exactly. We guys, all of us together, we're all together in this, and we're gonna live through this, and we're gonna show the future generation that we actually handled a pandemic like this, and this is not too much to worry about, and normal life will be restored in no time.
Yeah, okay. I think we are reached our time for this episode. So I think it's about time that we conclude. So Sneha, can you take care of that?
Sure thing, Arvind. And we're really glad we are able to communicate so much to you. And we try to do is try to give you support through the situation. It's a terrible thing out there. We know that it's a very hard time which we are going through. The lockdown's worsening the situation, and everyone knows that. But then we will get through this someday, and we will get through this stronger. So everybody out there, please stay strong and stay healthy. That's the most important thing right now. Please make sure that you sanitize yourself and keep healthy so that we get through this situation in no time.
So yeah, guys, that's it from us. And just to revisit the things we spoke about, we mentioned the coronavirus history, the from where this virus originated, and the entire story, and how much this is actually a threat, and how much we can actually take care of it. The governments of the world has been doing a great job, and we actually also actually also have a suggestion for you to watch this week. So try and watch Lal Kaptan. It's on Netflix. That is Arvind's suggestion, and I'll go watch it myself because I haven't seen it. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's it from us. This was the pilot episode of the Yuva podcast, and we'll be back with more. We hope to see you guys in the next episode. So all right,
Yeah,
that's it from my side. Bye bye.
yeah, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in, and it means a lot to us, the fact that you're here listening to us, and the fact that we are able to have an audience like you. So it means a lot to us, but we do not want it to end here. So Yuva has a bunch of social media handles all around the place. We are there on Instagram, on Facebook, and you probably find links from wherever you found this podcast in. So do follow us, do find out where our handles are, follow us for more content which we will be putting out in the future, and we hope to see you there, and we also hope for some engagement. So please do leave comments, and if you're lucky we will give you a shout out, and yeah, we'll have a good time in the future episodes. So please stay tuned, like, subscribe, share, like, do all of those things and support us. Thank you all for being here. I had a great time. Special thanks to my co-host for doing this with me. It was splendid work from all of us. And
Thank
yeah,
you,
have a great night.
Arvind and Sneha. It's been a pleasure, and most importantly, stay home, stay safe, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Stay home, stay safe. We can't stress on that enough, and yet we keep repeating stay home, stay safe. Thank you all so much. Have a great night. Bye bye. See you next time.